Welcome back to Temporal Directive, the Star Trek fan podcast rewatching the entire franchise in chronological order. I'm Gary.
And I'm Tom.
And this week we're watching Star Trek Enterprise's Stratagem. Star Trek, the ultimate franchise. These are the podcasts of the Wakefield brothers. Their 16-year mission to watch every production, to seek out life lessons and new inspirations, to boldly watch like most fans have watched before. Hello, Thomas.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I am fine.
It's actually the new year for us now.
I know. 2026. I'm going to have to remember to write that on shit.
Yeah, you won't for the next like 3 months.
I know.
That's always the way. New Year's resolutions? Any resolutions for the year?
Not really. I mean, I can go with the standard. I'm going to get healthy and lose weight.
That's my resolution every year too.
I know.
And then every 3 months. I have quarterly resolutions.
Yeah, good call.
I fall off the wagon by the second of the month.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep, that's fair. Yeah,
Usually because there's leftovers.
I was going to say,
house.
especially with leftovers. Yeah.
As you can tell, we're brothers. Oh dear. And work? You're back at work?
Yes.
Didn't really have much time off,
No,
did you?
I didn't. We kind of worked through the gaps between Christmas. But it's been sort of, it's not been too busy, which has been
good.
all right. Yeah, sort of been steady at a nice pace, which has been really good.
Nice.
And everyone's been cheery because of the Christmas season. So, yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
And Christmas brings out the worst in people usually.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it. A couple of people have been a bit grumpy, but most of them have been quite nice.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
You got anything?
I don't really have anything planned for the year except this trip to the US
which
quickly
is
in
coming up.
February, which is only a month away, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's the only real thing I've got planned for the year. I'm going to keep an eye on the conventions on the mainland to see if anything interesting pops up through the year. But
Nice.
if something does come up, I'll pop over for a weekend or something. But yeah, at this point, that Disney is the only thing.
Yeah. Wow.
What a good
shame. Yeah. Sounds terrible. Oh, boy, what a shock. Oh, just Disney. That's all.
Just just a week in Disneyland.
Yeah. What a shame. Yeah. That's all I got.
Only the happiest place on earth. Terrible. Oh dear. So this episode will drop on the 9th of January, which is just a week or so before the Starfleet Academy premiere.
Yeah. Nice.
Get enough of that. That's pretty exciting. New Star Trek series to start the year. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
And we'll do special Temporal Directive Breach episodes to review the premiere when that comes out. And then we'll do additional weekly episodes to cover the new episodes as they come out, except for while I'm away.
Of course.
When I get back, we'll play a bit of catch up and have a couple of extras and
Do what we're going to do.
get back on track. All right, this week's episode is Stratagem, story by Terry Matalas. This is the second story written by Terry Matalas after Impulse, the zombie one earlier in the season, which we only gave it 2.
Yeah.
Pretty shit.
Yep.
But he started work on Voyager. He works on Enterprise. He only has these 2 credits for Enterprise.
Yeah.
But years later, he is the showrunner for season 3 of Picard. And he was trying to get Star Trek Legacy up and running, the 7 of 9 spin-off show.
Yeah.
That didn't get moving, so now he's gone to work at Marvel. So he's the showrunner on the new Vision Quest series, which is coming out later this year.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, teleplay by Michael Sussman, directed by Mike Vahar, who's done a bunch of Star Trek forever. I've said his name probably 500 times and probably 500 ways. The original air date for this episode was February the 4th, 2004. And the IMDb synopsis reads, Archer and the Xindi Degra are in a shuttle. With Degra suffering from memory loss, Archer tells him they escaped together from a prison and that the Insectoids took power after destroying Earth.
Okay. That okay. Okay.
Well, I know what happens. So.
Oh, yeah, you do.
But I know you don't know what happens because we don't talk about it very much, but this is your first time watching through Enterprise, isn't it? So,
it is.
Yeah, we should probably mention that more than just at the start of the season.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, this is your first time watching this, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, righto. Interesting.
Not going to spoil anything.
No, that's interesting. I like it.
All right, let's go watch it.
Okay.
And we're back. I'm sorry. That episode reminded me of the old Mission Impossible.
All right.
No?
No. Well, probably not. I haven't seen it in that long. I don't.
Oh, come on!
I don't remember it at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was probably very young when that came out, and I probably haven't seen it since.
You were probably not born when that came out because it was in the 60s.
Oh, the original? No, probably wasn't. Then it's probably something Dad watched when we were young.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I remember seeing bits and pieces of it over the years, and anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, this episode reminded me of that because of the whole fake scenario shuttle thing. It was something you would have seen in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Except someone would pull a fake mask off and yeah.
Yeah, fair call.
Anyway, I quite enjoyed this episode.
I did too. It was quite nice. It's good. I love it when they do this sort of stuff.
And is this the second week we're on track? Like story-wise? We've got 2 Xindi stories in a row?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, which is really good because the story of the Xindi stuff's actually quite good.
Well,
it's, relatively good. Relatively,
okay.
Yeah, compared to what the other shit they've done, this is actually quite good.
True.
So, it's good when they stick to it a bit. But this was actually quite good to watch. I mean, you sort of knew what was going on, but it was done really well.
It was still good. Yeah. I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought Scott Bakula did a great job.
He did. Fantastic. He's better at acting when he's
I was going to say, I think Jonathan Archer is a better actor than Scott Bakula.
Exactly. Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I thought the character dynamics between those two actors was really good. I really enjoyed everything about this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Those two worked together fantastically. Like, that was really, really well done.
Yeah, hopefully Degra sticks around.
Yeah, hopefully, because it was excellent.
Cool. Let's get into the episode then, shall we?
Okay.
We open on Degra waking up on the floor of a shuttle. He is with Archer in the shuttle, and they both look ragged, and long hair and
dirty.
Yep. And the ship is under attack. Degra's waking up, but Archer's at the controls. They're a bit under attack. We can see out the window that there's Xindi ships shooting at them, Insectoid ships. Archer needs Degra to help, and he's reluctant to do so, but Archer eventually convinces him to help out. And then once the attack is over, Degra demands to know what species Archer is.
Yeah.
He says that he's human, and you can see the look of panic in Degra's face. Like, what the fuck am I doing with a human here?
Taking back a couple of steps.
Archer tells him that Degra has spent the last 2 days in an interrogation chamber with the Insectoids interrogating him, and that the two of them have just escaped from an Insectoid prison colony.
Yeah.
That they'd been cellmates for 3 years, and to try to help prove that, he shows a tattoo on his arm that Degra also has a similar one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Archer says that the conflict between the Xindi and the humans is over, that they both lost, and they kind of work together a little bit to get out. Archer talks about bloodworms being in Degra's system as a way of
explaining the memory loss.
Yeah, exactly. So that it works as like a truth serum, but the side effect is memory loss, and that's why Degra doesn't remember the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Once they're out of danger from the ships.
Yeah.
They talk a little bit about the past, and Archer asks what's the last thing he remembers. And Degra says he was on his vessel approaching the planet in the Kalindra system. And Archer says, well, that's where the weapons test was. And they talk about the prototype failing, and Archer says, yeah, that's because I sabotaged it. I'm responsible for that. And Degra says, Gralek, he'll be executed for this.
Yeah.
And Archer says he was. And the look on Degra's face is like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So, and I think that's why they work so well, is because there's
a lot of give and take.
And Degra, even though he's like this villain, he has like reflective moments where he thinks about the damage that he's been inflicting on people.
Yeah, and you can just feel it from him. Like,
yeah,
it's just like Shran, isn't it? Like, you can just, he doesn't have to really say much because it just comes across because his acting is just so fucking good.
Yeah,
like this guy just has that same level where you can just feel it from him.
Yeah. I agree. Archer goes on to say that Earth was destroyed by the weapon a few weeks after the failed test, and that once Earth was out of the way, the old Xindi rivalries surfaced again, and the Insectoids started attacking the other Xindi colonies. He said that Earth was a diversion, and while everyone was focused on Earth and the humans, the Insectoids were secretly building hundreds of new ships to take over the Xindi once Earth was out of the way.
Yeah. Clever.
Yeah. Then Degra notices something moving under his skin in his arm, and it's one of the bloodworms. He asks Archer to remove it, which he does. It's bloody and gross.
Yeah, very well done for the time.
While he puts away the medical equipment that he used to get the bloodworm out of his arm, he finds a bottle of something, which we later find out is Andorian ale, but we don't know that at the time. It's just something. He sort of has a sniff of it and goes, you probably need this more than I do. But Degra shakes his head. He doesn't want any. So Archer starts drinking, hoping to ease him into it, I guess. Yeah, encourage him into it. So it's safe. What are you doing? What's wrong? Have a drink. Have a drink. Degra's still obviously cautious because he doesn't understand what's happening. And he says that he doesn't understand how a Xindi and a human could put aside their differences so quickly. And Archer's like, whoa, it wasn't quick. Yeah, it's been 3 years, buddy.
Yeah.
Archer says that when they were in prison together, they were forced into the same cell because the guards thought it would be hilarious to put them together. There was bets on them fighting, who would kill each other first, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Then he has an excuse for the type of ship it is. He says it's a Malaysian cargo shuttle.
Deliver supplies and stuff to the prison every so often.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yep. So there's a huge story here to create authenticity, which is excellent.
It is. It's fantastic. And this is the kind of shit that I love. And I don't know why they don't do this for every fucking episode they do. Just saying.
What, the same
level of depth they put into this fake story within the story that they're writing. I don't know why they don't do that for every episode they write. Because sometimes they'll create a species and a story, and they'll go, but that doesn't even make sense to. What? Looks like they put more effort into this fake story within the story that they do sometimes.
Well, it worked.
It did.
Degra says we should set course to your vessel if it's still in the Expanse. Archer says it was destroyed. That's how they caught me.
Yeah. And
then Degra starts talking about how the Insectoids were always an aggressive species, and that they destroyed everything the Council worked for. And Archer's like, the Council?
The Council.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Please explain. Just a little. Just go into a little more depth.
Which he does. Yeah. He says it was formed once the home planet was destroyed, and that the Council was formed to find a new home for all of the Xindi. And before they could settle on a actual location, because there was arguing about which one would be most suitable.
Yeah.
That's when they found out about the threat from Earth. So the home planet debate was put on hold, and he was ordered to design the weapon. He says he devoted years to it. He made so many sacrifices to do it. And then he asks if Archer knew what happened to his family, to which he says, yeah, you told me you'd heard from Nara before you went to prison, and her and the children are safe.
Yeah.
So the fact that he knows his wife's name was like a key
Yeah.
point there. Yeah. So try to prove that timeline.
Yep. A little bit of a nod to them.
Archer says, well, we could go look for them now. We have a ship. We're out of prison. We've got a ship. Let's go look for them. And Degra says, well, they're on a colony near a red giant, but I doubt there'd be anything left. It was a big colony. They would have been the first to be attacked, but Archer's trying to get that location because he knows that's going to be the key location.
Yeah.
That's where the weapon's going to be. If that's where he was working.
And your family is. Yeah.
Yep, that's where the weapon's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, no, that would have been the first place destroyed. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
So, dang it.
Yeah. My God.
Then there's a reactor coolant breach. So there's a rupture in the tank so it's leaking gas into the room. There's only one oxygen mask. Archer gives it to Degra to use. Says, you're the one with the family, so you use it.
You take it.
I try to seal the rupture. I'll see if I can close it off. But Archer collapses while Degra's doing the welding. Yeah. And so we can see here Degra's like sucked in. He's totally convinced. He's using the oxygen mask on Archer to make sure he's okay. They're in it together now.
Oh, yeah.
It's really well done.
It's the move you make to get people to trust you, right?
Exactly. The whole setup is just perfect. Like it's really good. Later on, Degra's asleep. Archer gets a hypo spray from a hiding place and then injects him just to make sure he stays asleep.
Yeah.
And that's when they show the audience that this is all an act. This is a Mission Impossible setup.
Yeah.
So Paul opens the shuttle hatch from the control room and Archer comes out to Trip and a few people that are working on the hydraulic systems. Yeah. So it's like a flight simulator kind of shuttle thing. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So Archer goes into the command center to talk to T'Pol. She's been scanning for red giants in the region because that's what he mentioned. She says there are 7, but they're too spread out. They're too far away to sort of do a proper scan.
Yeah.
And they're not convinced that it's the actual location yet. It might be a red herring. T'Pol suggests maybe being more direct, like try to ask him directly where the weapon is being constructed. And Archer says it's too risky to do that. Yeah. If he does suspect something, we'll end up right back where we started. But clearly he trusts me now. I just need some more time.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Fair enough.
He only just started.
And it's worked. Like it's clearly worked.
It's on the way there. Like you just give it a bit more time.
Exactly. Then we get a title that says 3 days earlier. There's a captain's log that says that they've returned to the site of the prototype weapon test to analyze the debris more to see if they can find out more information about the weapon. Then we're on the bridge and they detect a Xindi vessel. And it's only a small vessel. There's only 3 life signs on board. They disable it and
capture the crew.
Capture the crew. Yeah, the crew the crew does wipe most of the computer database before they're boarded. But yeah, they get captured.
Well, they find the letters from the captain, from, what's his name? Degra. They find the letters from Degra to his wife. That's how they get the information for Archer to find out his wife's name and kids' names eventually. Mm-hmm. And then they figure out that they use weird engines and stuff to move through space, so they're not the same sort of warp nacelles or anything.
Correct. Yep. Then we cut to the brig, and Archer is talking to Degra through the intercom. Degra says, I'm not going to tell you anything. Archer says, where's the weapon? Blah, blah. I'm not going to tell you anything. Where's the weapon? I'm not going to tell you anything. Yeah. Where's the weapon? I'm not going to tell you anything.
Yeah, that's it. Capturing us means shit all.
The power fluctuates, and so Archer calls up to the bridge and says that and they say that the radiation from the debris field is starting to affect the system, so we need to get out of here. Archer says, go for it. And then we cut to sickbay. Phlox recommends a truth serum, but it could take weeks to synthesize something that's going to work for this species. However, we could do a memory wipe. And he thinks he can do that pretty effectively. So let's do it. We go to the situation room at the back of the bridge, and all the major crew are together, and they're talking about how to make this work. Yeah. Trip's talking about building a flight simulator like he used to do for Starfleet training. Reed's talking about the control interfaces and stuff because you need to make it look authentic, that it's not going to be human interface and stuff like that.
You got to create the story of it.
Yep. Hershey said she can help with that with the language and that she's got information about Degra to help tell the story.
Yep.
Reed says that the Makos use a subdermal transceiver to communicate without having a device that's visible or whatever. So they talk about implanting that, and Archer and T'Pol go into the ready room to create the narrative that they end up using.
Yeah.
We go to sickbay. Degra is unconscious, and Phlox is tattooing his arm with some denobulin. He says that he's stimulated his hair growth and made him a little grey because of all the stress and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And then they implant a bloodworm. So I assume it goes up the nose.
It looked like
cuts away, but
yeah.
But yeah, I assume it crawls up the nose and into the system.
But they're perfectly harmless. They just clean the lymphatic system.
Correct. We cut back to the fake shuttle. Degra's still asleep. Archer's at the control panel and it starts shaking. Degra wakes up and asks what's going on. He says there's spatial anomalies. We're passing through a field of them. We see outside the place the hydraulics are shaking the thing. Degra asks if is the hull lined with trallium. Obviously not. And they keep shaking and it jolts to starboard. They get flown around a little bit, whatever. Eventually they drop out of their fake warp and say they should send a distress signal. They need to call someone because they don't have enough fuel to do anything really, and they can't get through the field properly.
Yeah.
So they need to call for help. And so Archer suggests that they call one of his ships. Degra is concerned that the Insectoids might pick it up. And Archer says, well, what other choice do we have?
Yeah.
So he does say that there is a comm channel used by high-ranking primate officials, and he doubts the Insectoids know about it. And Archer says, well, excellent. What's the frequency? Let's call on that.
Yeah.
And he says, it would be easier for me to enter it directly. Still does not quite trust.
Yeah, still just a bit cautious.
Yeah. So he sets it up so that Degra can input the frequency, which he does. We see in the command center that the signal is coming through to them, and T'Pol and Hoshi are going to respond.
Yeah.
T'Pol gets a hail from the bridge saying that there's a Xindi ship on the way. They should be there in about 6 hours. So now we've got a time frame to when this has to wrap up. T'Pol tells them to send Enterprise back into the debris field to evade the sensors a little bit longer.
To hide them,
Yep, and hopefully that'll help. But the radiation will probably overload their systems again. They just have to be careful.
Yep.
So anyway, that's what they do. Back on the fake shuttle, Archer and Degra are sitting on the floor drinking the Andorian ale, sharing the bottle, passing it back and forth while they talk.
Yeah.
And they're talking about some other planet and one of the other inmates telling them about Marek 3 with beaches that go on for kilometers and whatever. Archer says to Degra, the colony that you were talking about, you never really told me about it.
Yeah.
And Degra says it was bleak and desolate. It was barely habitable. He said he wasn't there by choice, that his wife was desperate to leave. She didn't think it was the right environment for a family.
Yeah. And
then Degra says, do you have family, Captain? And Archer says, it's been a long time since anyone called me Captain. But said he never really had an opportunity to start one. He was away from home a lot. And Degra starts talking about how important family is.
Yeah.
And
children.
That children are the real legacy, not the work that we do.
Yeah.
He said that when he watched the prototype kill 7 million people on Earth, he asked himself how many of those were children, and then took a real big swig of the drink.
Yeah.
And he says, I suppose I've told you this before. And he says, no, actually you haven't.
You can see Archer like angry at this point.
Yeah.
Like he's sort of like covering his face a bit because he's like getting angry at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like it's not a bad moment really.
Well, this is one of those moments that gives Degra some humanity here.
Yeah.
Like he's reflective about the impact that he's having on people. He's been ordered to make this weapon.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's thinking about what he's actually done.
That's
There's
right.
concern there.
Yep.
Yeah. Then they get hailed. There's a transmission coming in from one of Degra's colleagues, Thalen, which is actually just Hoshi talking with an AI filter. Like a Snapchat voice changer.
Yep.
Thalen says that he's on Azadi Prime with Degra's wife and kids, and I'll tell them to expect you.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, so then Archer says, well, let's go. We've got somewhere to go now. He knows where to head for, so let's do it. What are the coordinates?
Yeah. And
Degra says, well, it's only been a day since we were enemies. I don't know if I want to give you the coordinates.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Archer walks away and says, well, you enter them then, whatever.
Yeah, you go.
And so he secretly puts them into the computer.
Yeah.
Cautiously. And they get them in the command center.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. And then Archer goes back to the console, and says, you encrypted the navigation controls.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
I didn't want you to see. Hello.
Yeah. And Archer says, well, do you mind if I ask you how long it's going to take to get there? And he says, not long, as he takes a big swig of his drink.
Yeah.
And over the intercom, T'Pol says approximately 3 weeks at maximum warp.
Yeah.
Which is a considerable detour if the weapon's not there.
Yep.
So he taps a message out to T'Pol to say stand by. And then he says to Degra, what will your people think when you show up with me? Humans probably aren't their favorite species. And he says, I am a senior official.
Yeah.
There won't be any problems.
Yeah, he's getting his swagger back.
Dude, you've been in prison for 3 years.
Yeah.
Do you think you actually have any authority anymore?
That's it. Have any sway at all?
Anyway, the ship starts rattling. One of the hydraulics is acting up, probably because of the radiation from the debris field.
Yeah.
They can't shut them down. They're not responding. And they can't stabilize it. So they're working on it. Degra asks if there's more anomalies. Archer says, I'm not sure what's going on. Degra sees something out of the porthole.
It flashes, goes all grainy.
Yeah, it's the resolution drops.
Yeah, that's it. Resolution drops and goes a bit pale. And he's like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
This TV screen's not working anymore.
But the hydraulics stop and the shuttle eases out, and Degra asks what the problem was, and Archer says it was subspace turbulence, and Degra says, really? I'm curious, Jonathan. If we've been friends for as long as you say, I must have told you the names of my children. And on the monitors, Hoshi and T'Pol can see that he's got a weapon behind his back.
Yeah.
And he's interrogating Archer to try to prove himself.
Yeah.
And Hoshi gives him the names over the comm. And then that's not enough for old Degra, though.
No.
He says, well, which one of them is older?
Yeah. Well, how many questions are you going to ask?
Exactly.
What
is their middle name?
That's right.
Where did they go to school?
Yeah. What's their best friend's name then?
Yeah.
What's his favorite food? Come on.
Yeah. So it could have gone on forever. But anyway, Degra lunges with the weapon and they have a bit of a fight. But then the side of the fake shuttle opens and they take him out. And they take him back to the brig. At the brig, Degra is back in with the other two Xindi prisoners. And Archer is cleaned up and back in his uniform.
Yeah.
They talk about when he might have realized that there was a deception, and he says, right from the start.
I always had my suspicions.
And he says there's an insectoid deuterium facility on Azadi Prime. It's the last place my people would go.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. And then Archer says, you gave us the coordinates of a red giant. I gave you what you thought you wanted. Archer says, I guess I'll just have to wipe your memory clean again and we'll start again.
Start over.
That's okay. We can do that.
Yeah, no worries.
And Degra says, I doubt there's time.
And you could see the look on his face when he said it too. He's like, shit.
Yeah. Archer says, I'm willing to bet that those coordinates are real. And Degra says, then I suggest you proceed there at maximum warp. Like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah. Waste your fucking time.
Back in the command center, the crew are talking about whether they should follow it or not, like whether it's legit.
Yeah.
Hoshi says, why would he encrypt it if it wasn't legit?
Yeah.
T'Pol says maybe just to make it look more real.
Yeah.
Like, makes sense.
Yep.
But anyway, they don't know what to do. But they talk about using the subspace vortices, which sound like transwarp conduits to me. But
yeah.
But Troop says they use some kind of phase deflector pulses to travel half a dozen light years in a couple of minutes. So Archer says he wants to see all the data that he's collected. We cut to engineering. Archer's in engineering, and he hails a bridge and says that we're ready. T'Pol says tactical alert. Let's go. Engage. Everything starts to shake. In the brig, Reed comes in with security people and tells the guard to open the doors, and he drags Degra and Thalen out. They go to engineering. Reed shows up with the prisoners. T'Pol comes over the comm, says there's hull breaches, emergency bulkheads, all the panic, fire, fire and brimstone. And Archer says that the Xindi engineer is going to help because we have tried to adapt your technology and used our main deflector to open a subspace vortex, and it's starting to collapse, and you need to stabilize it because otherwise this whole ship is going to break apart.
Just going to go boom.
And Degra says, that's impossible. Okay. Well,
everything is
don't know
exploding.
what to tell you. There's fire. If you don't help us, we are going to explode.
Yeah, do it. Damn it.
Anyway, they say that the ship's going to lose hull integrity. Everything starts to get really bad, and then suddenly it just stops.
Yeah.
And Trip says that he didn't fix it. He looks at the monitor and says that Travis up on the bridge inverted the warp field, and that seemed to drop them back into normal space. So it seems to be okay. T'Pol comes over the comm and asks the captain to come up to the bridge, and Thalen is taken back to the brig, but Degra goes with Archer up to the bridge.
Yep.
On the bridge, T'Pol says, we've reached the coordinates. They magnify the screen, and the red giant shows up. Reed says that he's picking up several Xindi vessels and a significant quantity of chemosite, that there's only minimal damage, hull plating's coming back online. Archer says, arm all weapons, land a course for the chemosite, and get him out of here, talking about Degra.
Yeah.
And then Degra gets angry, loses it. Yeah, he's like, you'll never get close to the weapon. Our defense perimeter will destroy you. And then everyone just stops.
Yeah.
Like, you got fooled twice, buddy.
Yeah. Like, you are a fucking idiot.
Yep. And yeah, Archer just says, show him. And they drop the screen, and it shows the testing site. They haven't moved.
Haven't left.
Now they know that the Azadi
giant.
Prime is the place to go. They've got the coordinates for where they need to go.
Yeah.
So he says, thank you for your help. Take him to sickbay. Back on Degra's ship, we see them putting the Xindi back on the ship. They've wiped their memory so they don't remember anything that's happened.
Yep.
They've made it look like there was a plasma leak or a plasma
explosion,
whatever, that disabled the ship and made them unconscious.
Yeah.
Phlox is even injecting them with trace amounts of plasma to make it look authentic. They get told that the Xindi vessel that was on its way is less than an hour away, so they get out. We get a captain's log as we see the Enterprise leaving the debris field and warping off, saying that hopefully the journey to Azadi Prime will be the final leg in our search for the Xindi weapon. And that's the end of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, this was a really fun episode.
It was, wasn't it? It was really good to watch. Like, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of action going on, and like it was just really good.
The subterfuge was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, you sort of saw it coming, but it's enjoyable to watch anyway, like in the reactions of it, and like it's just
mostly
really
because
good.
the actors were so good. Those two actors together were really good.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was just really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is one of the best parts about dealing with aliens, right? They don't know the tricks that we've.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Well, we don't have much to complain about. So, what's the life lesson in this one?
No. Never trust your enemies. ever, even if it's been 3 years. There's not much you can take from it, really. Not in the positive sense. This is one of those ones where the life lesson's a hard one to find. It's one of the ones where the moral is more that, you know, our choices in life often have consequences. And we often don't know them until they've happened. So it's hindsight's 2020.
That sounds good. All right. Let's talk IMDb ratings. Our examples of 1 episodes are Enterprise's Extinction and Next Gen's Code of Honor. Examples of 10 episodes are Next Gen's Tapestry and Deep Space Nine's Far Beyond the Stars. What would you rate this week's episode?
I would rate it about a 9. I would.
A 9?
I would rate it very high. I would even go back and watch this episode. Like, I actually quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to argue for an 8.
Yeah.
Because I think when we talk about 9 episodes, we've got Twilight and Similitude. Those are both episodes that have sort of like a emotional resonance. And this one was fun, but it doesn't have that kind of emotional core to it that I think makes a 9 episode.
Makes a 9?
That's my argument for an 8.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. I'll come down to an 8. Down to an 8. All right.
8 it is. Cool. Alrighty, that's it for this week. If you want to get in touch and tell us what you thought of this episode or Star Trek in general, you can find us on Facebook at Temporal Directive Podcast and on Instagram, just Temporal Directive. Or you can email us at wakefield_productions@outlook.com. We would love to hear from you, so please get in touch. We will be back with next week's episode, Harbinger. Live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.